She trusted her best friend more than anyone. Then one priceless possession disappeared from her bedroom. What her friend didn't know was that the truth had already been recorded. Charlotte Reed had been best friends with Megan for almost 10 years. They met at university and stayed close even after graduation. Charlotte trusted Megan completely. She had a spare key to Charlotte's flat. She knew where everything was. And Charlotte never imagined she would need to worry about her. One weekend, Charlotte planned a short trip to visit her parents in Manchester. Before leaving, she asked Megan to water her plants and collect her mail. Of course, Megan replied. "Don't worry about anything." Charlotte smiled. "I knew I could count on you." There was one thing Charlotte had kept particularly safe in her bedroom. A small diamond necklace that had belonged to her grandmother. It wasn't just expensive. It was the last thing Charlotte had from her. Her grandmother had given it to her shortly before she died. Charlotte kept it inside a small locked box. She rarely wore it. When Charlotte returned from Manchester, everything seemed normal. Megan had watered the plants. The mail was on the table. Nothing looked unusual. Then Charlotte opened her bedroom drawer. The box was still there, but it was empty. Her necklace was gone. Charlotte's heart dropped. She searched everywhere. Under the bed. Inside every drawer. Even in her suitcase. Nothing. She immediately called Megan. "Did you see my grandmother's necklace?" There was a long silence. "No," Megan finally said. "Why would I?" Charlotte apologized. She didn't want to accuse her friend without proof. But something didn't feel right. That evening, Charlotte checked the flat's security system. She had installed a small indoor camera several months earlier because she sometimes left her dog alone. She rarely checked the recordings. Now she opened the footage. At first, nothing happened. Then she saw Megan entering the bedroom. Megan looked around. She opened the drawer. She took the locked box. Charlotte watched in shock. Megan had clearly known exactly where the necklace was. But Charlotte noticed something else. Megan hadn't taken the necklace immediately. She had first taken a photograph of it. Then she left the room. Charlotte wondered why. The next morning, she called Megan again. "My necklace is missing." Megan sounded offended. "I told you I didn't touch it." Charlotte remained calm. "I believe you." Megan relaxed. "Good. Because I'd never steal from you." Charlotte ended the call. She didn't confront her yet. Instead, she contacted a jeweler who specialized in antique jewelry. She sent him a photograph of the necklace. The jeweler gave her some surprising information. The necklace had a unique engraving on the back. It was almost impossible to replace or disguise. Charlotte then contacted several local jewelry shops. She explained that the necklace had been stolen and gave them the engraving details. 2 days later, one shop contacted her. A woman had recently brought in a necklace matching the description. The woman had given the name Megan Lewis. Charlotte finally had confirmation. But she still didn't confront her. She wanted to know why Megan had stolen something so personal. Then she received another call. The jeweler told her Megan had tried to sell the necklace. But when the jeweler asked for identification, Megan had left without completing the sale. Charlotte gave all the information to the police. The next evening, she invited Megan to her flat. Megan arrived smiling. "Did you find your necklace?" Charlotte looked at her. "Yes." Megan's smile disappeared. "Really?" "Yes." Charlotte placed her phone on the table. Then she played the security footage. Megan watched herself opening the drawer. Her face went completely pale. "I can explain." Charlotte shook her head. "You told me you never touched it." Megan began crying. She admitted she had taken the necklace because she was struggling financially. She thought she could sell it quickly and replace it later. But she never expected Charlotte to discover the theft so fast. Charlotte listened quietly. Then she said, "You didn't just steal a necklace." She pointed toward the screen. "You stole the last thing I had from my grandmother." Megan begged her not to involve the police. But Charlotte had already reported everything. The necklace was recovered before it could be sold. Megan faced the consequences of her actions. Their friendship ended that day. Months later, Charlotte placed the necklace back inside its box. She thought about everything that had happened. For years, she had believed trust meant never questioning someone. Now she understood something different. Trust should be earned. And when someone breaks it deliberately, protecting yourself isn't revenge. It's self-respect. Megan had thought she was stealing a piece of jewelry. Instead, she lost a 10-year friendship, her reputation, and the trust of everyone who knew what she had done. Charlotte never got revenge on her. She simply let the truth speak for itself. Do you think Charlotte did the right thing by calling the police? Tell us in the comments.